Hey y'all, this is Vanity. So recently I've been getting requested to do story time videos. I think I did one, but I took it down. I don't know how I feel about it anymore, so I took it down, but I might decide to put it back up. But this story time is going to be about the time I got into a fight with two transgender males. I don't know if you would call them transgender males or transgender females, but I guess transgenders, and I wouldn't even call them transgender. I think they were just two men who dressed up as women, and I guess they were going to get surgery. I'm not sure how that went. I don't know all the details because at this time I was only 16 years old. Okay, so let's take it all the way back. All right, so it was my 16th birthday. I went to my aunt's house in Brooklyn for the weekend, and I had like a whole bunch of friends come over, and I had like a sleepover event. And then I don't know if y'all know, but if you're from New York and you've ever heard of Skate Key, I used to go to Skate Key like faithfully. So that was the plan for my birthday. We went to Skate Key that weekend. I think it was on a Saturday. We went to Skate Key, had a ball, and one by one my friends left. Okay, but I stayed over there, me and one other friend. We wound up staying over there longer, so me and her went home on the train that Sunday by ourselves. Okay, and I live in Queens, and I was traveling from Brooklyn to Queens, so I had a whole bunch of like luggage and stuff because I stayed over there for the weekend, and you know it was my birthday, so I had to have extra shit. Okay, I had to have extra stuff so that, you know, I just made sure I had everything. Okay, so we're on the train and I got my headphones on, right? So I turn to the right. No, first I'm looking forward, like I'm all into my music, like hey, you know. I look up and I see this like Caucasian woman, and she is trying her best not to laugh. So I'm just looking at her like, what in the hell is so funny on this train? But I couldn't hear absolutely anything because I had my music so high. I had earphones on, remember those? Like, so I look to the side and I see my friend crying, laughing. So I'm like, what in the world is going on? So I had no idea. So I take my headphones off to listen, to see. I'm like, yo, what's so funny? What happened? So then I just stop and I hear like these two loud ass voices, and they're just going off, like, and they're talking mad deep with like a Spanish accent, but mad New York mixed in it. But like, it just sounded so funny, like, yeah girl, cause like, it just sounded so hilarious. So I guess that's why they were laughing. But at the time, like, I didn't know these were men. I thought they were women. They looked like women. They had hair. They were dressed like women. They were just really tall. One was like plus size, and one was like really slim and tall. Okay, so the one that was slim and tall was the one with all the mouth. She had really long nails, and she just was just going off. I don't know what she was talking about. I can't really remember what she was talking about, but she was going off. So I was just looking at them like, y'all crazy, because they were laughing. So immediately she's like, she came and she walked directly in front of me and was like talking like this, like, fucking bitch, you fucking bitch. That's what she was saying to me. That's how it sounded. And I'm like, she called me a bitch? It's like, you fucking bitch, I will fuck you up. And I'm like, wait, where's this coming from? But I immediately get on the fence. I'm like, what, bitch? Like, get the fuck out of my face. Like, first of all, like, get the fuck out of here. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what's going on, but you need to move out of my face. So she's doing all this with the nails in my face. The nails was like this damn long. Okay, doing all this with the nails in my face. So my first reaction is to get up. I'm like, bitch, you ain't gonna do nothing. Like, you know, I'm not no punk bitch. I'm like, bitch, you ain't gonna do nothing. Especially when you start to threaten me. Like, you saying stuff to me is nothing, but once you start to threaten me, like, I'm ready to attack. Okay, so she's threatening me now. Again, I did not know these were men. So I was like, you know what, I ain't even trying to hear you. We about to, this is our stop anyway. So I just grabbed my bags. I'm like, whatever, bitch. And I grabbed my bags, and as I'm getting off on my stop, I just felt my head like, oh, this bitch mushed me in the back of my head. I threw my bags down and ran back on the train. I dragged this hoe off the train. Like, I just grabbed her by her motherfucking head and just like, bow, bow, bow. Just punching her in her motherfucking face, son. I was like, this bitch just mushed my ass. Like, she mushed me so hard, like I literally went flying across the fucking platform. So I'm like, oh nah, that bitch is not getting away with it. She need her ass beat. So like I said, I just grabbed that bitch and just started punching her in her face. Pow! I mean, I was just duffing this bitch. So the next thing, I didn't know what was going on. Like, I was like telling my friend, I was like, get that other bitch, right? But before I knew it, I was getting jumped and my friend was on the steps literally cheering me on because I was beating both of their ass. Like, I was beating both of their ass. But my friend was on the steps cheering me on. Fuck them up, Toya, that's right, blah, 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 blah. But she wasn't helping me. And I'm fighting both of them by myself, okay? Now, there was a point where I dragged one of them and like flipped her and we both like fell on the platform. We literally almost fell off the damn platform onto the tracks. So the other one came behind me and I noticed she grabbed, like, I don't know what was happening because I was fighting both of them, but I noticed at one point one of them had like grabbed my ponytail and ran and tried to get back on the train. But the people were holding the train because they knew that, you know, they started with me. I didn't even know what anybody was laughing at. I didn't even notice them on the train because I was minding my business listening to my music. I don't make it a point ever in life to sit there and tease anybody for any reason because I'm just not that type of person. So it was like everybody knew that they started with me, so they were not gonna let these men get away with it. So they held the train doors to make sure that these men were not able to like literally just take off and, you know, go after what happened. So eventually, like, I guess my friend had called my mother to come down, you know, while I was fighting. But she called my mother because we were like, I want to say, I don't know if y'all know where the F train at Queensbridge is, but we were at the plaza and I live in Queensbridge. So my mother had to come from Queensbridge, but my mother do have a car, so I guess she drove because she got there really quick. But I noticed one thing. When I hit the platform, right after I finished beating this bitch ass, I just see something drip down. So I was just looking and I'm like, oh, I must have really beat that bitch ass because there's blood on me. So my friend is just staring at me. She's just staring at me. So I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at? Like, what's the problem? She was like, it's you that's bleeding. So I go into panic mode because the blood is coming, like, it just seemed like it was dripping down. So I say, wait. I said, I'm bleeding? And she's like, yeah. I said, it's in my face? She said, yeah. While I was fighting, I don't even know which one I was fighting at the time. I think I was fighting the skinny one because that's the one who had all the hand problems, who kept putting her hands in my face and who had mushed me off the train. So I guess I was fighting the skinny one. The fat one actually $150'd me in my face. And that's why I don't know if y'all ever notice when I'm doing tutorials, it's very hard for me to do this side of my face because I have a cut that literally goes like from here and it goes around to here. I don't know if y'all ever noticed it, but I have a cut that goes around here, and what they did was they surgical glued it, so you can't really see the scarring like as if you would a scar that was sewed, because it would keloid and they didn't want it to keloid in my, you know, on my eye. So they put the surgical glue and it just healed like it was regular skin. So you know, I was thankful for that. But when I noticed that it was my face that was cut, I started to panic. It was just coming down, just dripping. You would have thought my head was open. It was how much blood was coming down. So immediately I'm like, oh my god, my face. So I just was like, I was just so like hurt that I got cut in my face. But as I walked up to see when my mother got there, I noticed that my hand was burning, and I looked down and my skin was literally hanging. So I had got cut on my hand. It goes like from here It goes right here, it circles, it comes around, and then it goes to like all the way up here. I'm trying to see if you could see it, but yeah, it goes from here and then it comes all the way around and it stops right here. So I got cut there as well, but I did get stitches on that part because it was just too deep and it was just hanging and it was just burning like freaking crazy. The blood was coming out so bad, it was just horrible. And I also got cut on this ear as well, or was it this ear? I think it was this ear as well, when she cut me straight and went across into my ear, and I had to get my ear surgical glued as well. So I got surgical glue on my eye, surgical glue on my ear, and then I have stitches. I had stitches on my hand, okay? And the ear and the eye doesn't mess with me, but my hand does. A lot of the time when it's gonna rain and stuff like that, it's really the truth. It hurts, it'll throb, it'll have like sharp pain sometimes. It still peels right here because of how I was cut. So you know, I do have a few things that I deal with as far as from that day of being cut, but you know, I'm just so happy because it could have been a lot worse. To finish the story, once my mother came, they did catch, you know, the cops. Like, I don't know if y'all know, but the plaza is actually Queens Plaza. It actually has a police department attached to it, so they got caught like immediately. The people were holding them on the train because they were trying to run away with my goddamn ponytail. All this fighting was because they were jealous of me and they wanted my hair. Can you believe that? So they got my ponytail, okay? It was nothing though. Nah, but I was really bummed for a while. It took a while. It was in the newspaper and everything because we had, you know, we literally almost fell in a track, you know. We stopped, you know, the whole process of the trains because people were trying to hold the doors because they were trying to run away with my hair. So all this fighting over my hair, like, are you kidding me? It was so much going on and it just happened so quick. I didn't even feel myself get cut at all. I guess because my adrenaline was rushing, you know, I didn't feel it. But yeah, I got cut in my face, my hand, and my ear. It took a while for my, you know, my scars to heal. I'm still dealing with, you know, these scars. It is still a, like, it's a struggle when I do my makeup, but it could have been a lot worse, so I'm always thankful to God. And as far as the two transgenders, I found out when the police caught them and they actually took them to jail. They were like, you know, those were two men, right? They were transgender men. And I was like, oh my God, because the whole time I thought I was fighting women. So, you know, that was how I learned what a transgender was, or what someone, I don't know if you would call them transgender if they were just, if they still had their genitalias, you know, and they were, I don't know if they were transitioning. I don't know how to explain that, or, you know, what was going on, but they said that they had male parts, you know, when they went to search them and everything. They found the blade, so they went to jail. And I basically had I think they went to jail for like 7 years or like 10. It was like 7 to 10 years they were in jail. And I didn't have to go to court. I didn't have to appear in court or anything. My mother did, you know, press charges because, you know, I was 16 years old and these were grown ass men. Okay, and they did that and I was only 16 years old. So they went to jail for about 7 to 10 years. I remember when they were gonna get out that I got had order of protections for, I think, about 3 years or so after they got out of jail. But I mean, it's not like they ever knew where I lived, and I literally didn't know them. Like, I didn't know who they were. But yeah, that was my story time. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more story times, definitely let me know. As far as my friend, yeah, I didn't look at her the same, like, I don't think ever. I still, to this point, where we're like friend associates. Everybody's question is why she didn't jump in. I guess she felt like I was handling business. I feel she should have jumped in as well, because I was kind of fighting her battle. She was over there laughing, and, you know, I just caught the beef. So it was what it was. I just thank God that it wasn't worse. I could have fell on the track and got electrocuted or hit by damn train, and I wouldn't be here today. So I am so thankful to God that it wasn't worse, okay? But yeah, that was my story time. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more story time videos, let me know down in the comments. Like this video, subscribe. I will talk to you in my next video. Bye y'all.